Hi there, I'm Tom Warrender from Wilson Browne Solicitors, and I've been asked to take part in this, which I think is a great concept really, because lots of people would be due to take part in work experience, and given the current climate don't have that opportunity at the minute. So I think it's a great idea, great initiative, and I'm really proud to have been asked to be involved. As I say, my name's Tom Warrender. I'm a partner and board member at Wilson Browne Solicitors. As the name suggests, we're a law firm. We cover all areas of law really, apart from crime, immigration and shipping, but everything else we cover, from your traditional high street law through to your commercial and corporate law as well. On a personal level, I'm a commercial property lawyer, but I also sit on our board of management as well. Really, what I've been asked to do in this video is give you a flavour for what you do if you came here for work experience. And I think as a firm, we've got a fairly unique way of handling work experience. As you can imagine, it's quite tricky with client confidentiality, etc., to get people in and give them worthwhile work experience. I remember when I was younger, I did a works week placement at a firm local to back home, and I literally spent the week photocopying. It was no real benefit to me in getting an insight into the law. And so what we've looked at is saying, well, if we can't give you a really practical task, we can give you research, we can give you certain things to draft, but we can't give you a real hands-on work experience. Actually, the way we'd structure it is to have you spend time with different people in the firm at different levels, different areas of law, different qualifications, even with our marketing team, and really just to get a feel for how the firm operates, how people came to the position they're in, what their area of law looks like, what their daily working life looks like, because for everyone it's going to be different, and that can vary not just, as you may think, by the firm you're in, but also the area of law, the team you work in, the types of clients you deal with. So there can be a lot of variety there. So we try and give people the opportunity to just chat and ask questions and understand what a typical day looks like. So that's really what you get for us. For me, how I got into the law is, I think I mentioned to my parents once that I quite liked the idea, and they heard law and I was pushed that way, sort of thing, and I didn't look back. But so I knew from an early age. I've got friends in the law who had no idea even until they got to university, and they picked the subject and they didn't even know after that what they'd be doing. So people come to it at different times, and what I thought I knew about the law and what I'm practicing now are very different. You know, what I'd seen on television was criminal law, and there was a running joke the first week of uni that if you were there because you'd seen a criminal law programme on TV, you're in the wrong place. But actually, I don't think that's a bad thing. You know, you've got an indication of what the law might be like. That's what starts your studies. Then you go off and study, and then actually once you've studied and you get to work in a law firm, you get to experience what it's like on the ground. For example, I never enjoyed really studying land law at university, and then ironically I'm a commercial property lawyer, so doing the job was very different to the studying, and those experiences will come along the way. I love what I do, I love the variety. I work at a law firm that has enabled me to progress through. I've worked hard to get where I am, but the firm's moved in the right direction for me, and I've always at the back of my mind wanted to progress through to partnership, and I enjoy what comes with that is the management side, you know, the running a business, as much as practicing the law, and that's what I've wanted, and obviously I'm pleased to get there. Other people I know actually just want to study the law, and that's all they want to do, and once they've done that, for them, they want to practice what they've studied. They're not interested in the management, you know, they're trained to be a lawyer, and I get that and I respect that too. So you'll have a different feel, and what you think now may change as your career goes on, but some of you may want to work towards partnership, you may strive for a management role to head up a team or to really get involved in business development. Others might prefer just to do what they've studied and really just deal with that area of law, and everything's different. But for me, I love the variety it brings. I love being able to get involved in business development, in management, as well as practicing the commercial property side of my job as well. So there's lots of variety there. One thing I was asked to cover in the video really was any tips. And I guess my biggest one would be, ironically, to get experience. And I know you'll say, well, actually, you're only doing this video, Tom, because we can't go out and get traditional work experience. But I think, you know, as I alluded to in how we will talk to people rather than particularly give you a project, it's a similar thing. There's so much out there on the internet. Nowadays, social media, LinkedIn, most firms have got a page. Follow it, see what they're about. Some will have placement schemes, and even if they don't, you'll get a feel for different things, different areas of law, different case studies. Lots will have videos and things on there, and you can really get a feel for different types of firms, different opportunities out there. I mean, for example, on our own website, on the Wilson Browne website page, We've actually, some of our trainees have produced a blog, they've also produced a diary as to what it's like to be a trainee at the firm. So there's lots of resource out there. All I would say is you can use that just as much as the traditional work experience to get a feel for what it's like out there, to connect with people, to understand what opportunities there may be, and just give you as much insight as you possibly can. For example, I'll leave you with one thing. One of the places I did work experience at was the CPS, Crown Prosecution Service, criminal law. As I mentioned at the beginning of this video, this firm doesn't do criminal law. And it was immediately one of the questions I was asked to interview. Tom, you did work experience somewhere that, we don't offer criminal law. And I was able to answer that honestly, that didn't matter because I'd done the experience, I enjoyed it, but it wasn't something I saw my career going down. So doing that experience was important to me, and I think the message I would give is it doesn't matter the experience you're getting, whether you come away from it thinking, brilliant, that's what I want to do, or whether you think, actually, that's not for me. It's what you've learned from that experience. And when you're applying for roles, obviously have your CV up to date, but bear in mind, most people will have similar qualifications. They'll have tried to get experience. So use that covering letter to tailor why you're applying to that firm. What is it about them that's attracted you to them? And what should they be looking at in you? What experiences you had, good, bad, or indifferent, that you bring to that role? So that's kind of a whistle-stop tour as to the life of a lawyer. I hope it's helped, and stay safe.